Hello, my name is Chris and this is the review of the 2020 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport. Sorry for the lack of image quality, it has been a dark, cloudy month in Quebec. This two-row midsize SUV is the coupe-ish brother of the Atlas. It is offered in 3 trims and looks amazing. The base treadline has 4-wheel drive, 4-cylinder turbo, 8-speed automatic, regenerative braking though it is not a hybrid, blind spot monitor and rear traffic alert. 18-inch wheels, LED headlights, cloth seats, and can tow 2,000 pounds. The mid-trim offers an optional V6, 8-inch touchscreen, wireless charging, panoramic sunroof, and 8-way power driver leatherette seats. This top-end exec line comes only with the V6, 360 park assist, 12-speaker Fender sound system, leather seats, 20-inch wheels. SUV buyers love their big wheels. Volkswagen nailed the styling of Atlas and this Cross Sport looks just as good. I think these Volkswagen SUVs are lookers, no question, and available in many colors. Big on the outside means big on the inside, and Ross's crap is no match for Cross Sport's trunk. Ditto for the rear seating, it is huge here and adjustable. If anyone needs any bigger, well, you could buy a bus. In front, it is roomy and you sit high up. These have to be the most comfortable Volkswagen seats I have ever sat in, though they look like all the other ones. The steering wheel is frickin' awesome, and the road noise is subdued. I liked Atlas, and I like this Cross Sport. It is one of the best products Volkswagen makes. Weaknesses are the blandness of the center console. These climate controls, although easy to use, look like previous decade Golf. However, this delightful digital dash is a joy to look at, and Cross Sport does not ride any differently from Atlas, that is to say, a smooth suspension. When shopping for these vehicles, they usually come in 3 or 4 models, and car makers stagger their options differently. This will be the focus of your research online, and they all do drive quite similarly. Nevertheless, the aesthetic quality and interior sound noise differs among the different car makers, and I must say Cross Sport looks very good on the outside, looks okay on the inside, and has an above average comfort. That is huge. It is a formidable entry in the category. The V6 engine makes 275 horsepower and 266 pounds of torque, and the 4-cylinder turbo on the lesser models makes 235 horsepower and 258 pounds of torque. The V6 does 14.3 liters in the city and 10.7 liters on the highway, or 1622 mpg according to the EPA. Here are my thoughts on the road.
Hello car lovers driving the 2020 Volkswagen Atlas. This is the Cross Sport, the sporty one with the sporty hatch 2020. What about this vehicle? Well, interesting. Off camera, Ross and I were discussing it and he liked it slightly less than I did. I'll go over that. And well, here's the review. I will start with the exterior styling. I think the exterior styling is where Atlas Cross Sport is number 1. I like the smooth lines. It's got a nice chunky look. It's got a nice rear end. I think that the Atlas is probably the best looking in the category, bar none. The design is really made for me. I don't know about you, but that's a personal taste. Nice red color too, available in colors. I like that. I'm sick of the grays, the whites, the blacks. The blacks are always getting dirty. You obviously get the mandatory huge wheels. I'm getting over it now. Slowly but surely I'm getting over it. It's the end of 2020. I've been whining about these giant wheels all the time, every time I drive these vehicles. But I guess it's the industry standard and the customers like that. So be it. On the inside now, well, there's a couple of places where I think it is very strong and a couple of places where I think it is a little bit weak. The suspension, I think, is perfectly calibrated for Montreal's crappy roads. These are urban vehicles. When you go outside of the city, people have a tendency to buy light trucks. In the city, it's these compact and mid-size SUVs that are all the rage, and the suspension is well made for that. I would say it's comparable to Honda Pilot, except I seem to remember Honda Pilot being a little bit more molasses-like. This is just on the border of comfort and molasses, not quite molasses. So in that sense, I think it's pretty good. I've been driving around on Lachine's shitty roads for like about 30 minutes now, and it's taking everything well. It's never become undone. The drivetrain, well, it does drink a bit of gas, but you do get the benefits of having a V6 engine. Ross finds there's a little bit of torque missing off the line, but I guess I'm not seeing it that way. I think this engine is perfectly mated for this type of vehicle. I don't want any 4-cylinder turbos, and it does better than 4-cylinder turbos in all situations, this vehicle versus all its competitors, including its own 4-cylinder turbo, so that's nice. This center stack layout Although I must say it is functional, it reminds me of a Volkswagen Golf 2016, and that is kind of unacceptable when you're paying $50,000 plus for a vehicle. So this area needs to be redone. There is soft touch. It is the cheap soft touch and not quite as high level, let's say, a Mazda product. However, class appropriate, let's just say. Not very good, class appropriate. The steering wheel, wonderful, wonderful thickness, looks really good. Here, the digital dash is way above average. The seats have an above average comfort. That's super important for me. I think it's super important for the driver of this vehicle. Tend to be older buyers. I mean, not many 25-year-olds are going to be buying this. I think it's 45, 50 and plus, or maybe 40 years old, very comfortable family. So you need a comfortable seat. This really does it. Despite it looking like all the other Volkswagen seats, of which some I don't find that comfortable, it really has a wonderful comfort. In fact, wonderful panoramic roof, lots of room here, tons of space. I think that's what people who buy these vehicles are looking for, or else you're just going to go for the compact, right? We're going to talk about now about the Volkswagen reliability. You can talk about that with your mechanic. I've recommended Volkswagen to others. Sometimes it has burnt me, other times not. I think that the solution with Volkswagen is to lease. They do have a marvelous 4-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, which is reassuring on the 4-year lease. And if you have no problems with the vehicle and it's solid, well, maybe you can buy it at the end of your lease. And those are my thoughts on the, I think, very good Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport. So, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, you can subscribe. And if you really, really like it, you can go on my Instagram. On my Instagram, I have pictures of all the vehicles that are coming up. So it gives you kind of a preview of what's coming up on the YouTube channel, which is kind of nice. And that is the review.